Welcome back to The Real Story. Donald Trump's campaign manager, Corey Lewandowski, now facing misdemeanor battery charges in the state of Florida. So it stems from that confrontation that you can see on the screen there with a reporter in new surveillance video now. Florida police releasing this tape appears to show Lewandowski grabbing the arm of former Breitbart news reporter Michelle Fields as she tried to ask Trump a question. She has since resigned from Breitbart, along with some former colleagues, claiming the organization failed to support her. Trump issued a statement in support of Lewandowski today and says he will plead not guilty. Joining me now is Kurt Bardella, former Breitbart spokesperson, who was among those who resigned a couple of weeks ago. Kurt, great to have you back on The Real Stories. So what do you make of the developments today?
Well, it just shows what we've known for a very long time, which is Donald Trump and Corey Lewandowski are essentially pathological liars. They said when this happened, it didn't happen. They said that there was no physical contact made. They said that perhaps the person was making it up, all of which is beyond a shadow of a doubt proven to be not true. And now when confronted with the evidence, that's pretty black and white, footage, surveillance that shows that there was a confrontation, it got physical, that what indeed Michelle said happened really did happen, they're still walking away from it and not accepting responsibility. And it's real insight for the country to see exactly what kind of president Donald Trump is going to be. And at what point is the line drawn where enough is enough? How far do things have to go before someone like Donald Trump accepts responsibility for what the closest advisor in his own inner circle does? How long before we see some accountability? Well,
it's interesting because we just had a Cruise spokesperson on who, after that incident happened with their spokesperson, totally different kind of incident, they fired Rick Tyler, so they did have some action. Trump doubling down today, as we've been reporting, and saying that Lewandowski is a decent man in a tweet and that nothing happened in the video. And also, Kurt, I want to draw your attention to what Trump said back on March 10th, the day or two after the alleged incident. Here it is.
The Secret Service are amazing people. Good Corey did. The Secret Service are amazing people. They said absolutely nothing happened. He didn't hear about it until like the next day. So I wasn't involved in it, but the Secret Service was surrounding everybody. They said nothing happened. Everybody said nothing happened. Perhaps she made the story up. I think that's what happened.
Perhaps she made the story up. I think that that's what happened. What do you think about that?
Well, I think at the very least, Donald Trump has a responsibility as a leading presidential candidate to directly apologize to Michelle Fields for throwing out that reckless and point-blank untrue assertion that this has been made up. Regardless of the legality of what assault is or isn't, the reality is something happened. It's proven beyond a reasonable doubt that it did. The statements that Donald Trump has has verbally made about this whole thing are completely untrue. They've been proven to be untrue, and he needs to do the right thing and step up and accept responsibility for it and apologize. There's a big concern right now that this is just going to be a broader indicative of what we can expect from Donald Trump as the leading Republican presidential candidate and as potentially the commander-in-chief, and it's completely unbecoming of someone who wants to be president.
You know, it's really interesting, Kurt, because there's, always two sides to a story, and when this first came out and you couldn't really see exactly what happened, people were very vociferous on both sides of the aisle saying, hey, she made it up, it didn't happen, whatever. Well, now if you look at the police report, it says this. It says, on March 12th, I obtained video footage from Trump security at Trump National in Jupiter. I specifically obtained video from the ballroom that night and time in question. The video parallels what Fields had told me. Lewandowski grabbed Fields' left arm with his right hand, causing her to turn and step back, etc. This is from the police officer. Now, everyone gets their just due in court, and we have no idea what Corey Lewandowski is going to do, no contest or plead not guilty, I guess, according to Trump. But now it's official, and there's a charge.
Well, and I think that's, again, one of the real troubling things to me is the observation that the evidence existed, that Donald Trump was willing to go out there, make public declarative statements with no wiggle room, knowing that this evidence existed, and either didn't have the fortitude to look at it himself or didn't care enough about the truth and decided to go out there and say what was, in his opinion, politically advantageous. And again, that is a dangerous mindset from someone who wants to be the commander-in-chief of this country. And what kind of message are we sending to people, to women in this country, to children, that it's okay to do whatever you want, that it's okay to resolve conflicts through physical intimidation, through violence, through putting your hands on somebody, and not accept responsibility for that? It's a very, very slippery slope, and there's going to be a broader impact that this is going to have if it's allowed to continue.
Kurt Bardella, great to get your thoughts today. Thank you.